Imagine having access to all of your JD Edwards data combined with other data sources in a highly intuitive and interactive multidimensional experience and AI natural language conversation style interface that helps you surface trends, patterns, and insights hiding within all of your JD Edwards data. Meet eyko. Let's start by looking at this multidimensional experience. What's nice about this multidimensional experience is that you will see a few things that are unique to eyko. First of all, we normalize all of the cryptic names sitting within the JD Edwards ERP schema so that you could quickly and easily relate to them on business terms. Secondly, we also have time intelligence. We have the ability to give you these granular views of the information that's very rare today with many JD Edwards reporting capabilities. Here we're looking at daily sales information from day 1 all the way to day 31 for all years. We're looking at it through the extended price metric. I can also look at this through the extended cost, or I could look at it from a margin perspective. Let's go back to the extended price. I can also drill, and I've got the ability to have unlimited dimensions for how I want to view this data and slice and dice the information. Right now I have it set so that the columns are the sales type and is drilling to the sold to name. And I could change that. I could change that to drill to company name as an example. And you'll see here that the company name is now the drill to. Let's switch that back to the sold to name. And let's go back and look at this from a different perspective. One of the nice things about the eyko capability is the ability to bring in different visualization types. Here I'm looking at a bar chart and I could narrow the analysis perspective. So I could look at the view from different ranges of revenue to see what's happening at the high end of my orders and at the low end of my orders. I could also go look at a line chart, although a line chart, especially when looking at daily information, is a little bit skewed in the sense that between the peaks and valleys, what trends are happening within my data. So I could change this to a cumulative perspective, and very quickly I'm able to see that on day 5, and then here we go on to day 17 and day 21, that there are spikes in orders. So I'm seeing here that there are several days throughout the month where we don't get many orders, but then there are a few days where we are receiving several large orders. Maybe that's just the natural cycle of our business, or maybe there's something unique there that we need to drill into. Let's go back to the grid view. And often when you're looking at a grid or even a line chart or a bar chart, there are things that you will miss that you just can't see by looking at the data in a traditional report. So this is where the eyko AI assistant that we've trained here to spot trends, highlight insights and exceptions from your data will give you the ability to have a natural language-like interface and conversation with your data. So here I'm saying, just show me top insights. So it's telling me things like key figures, trends, exceptions, and unique patterns or insights on days of activity. And there's some really interesting patterns and trends that it's surfacing here. Like for instance, the dominant vendors and metrics. So Creekside Warehouse, they seem to order a lot of mountain bikes and touring bikes from us, which is great. But the Pro Bike Shop, they tend to buy more youth sports bikes, which is interesting. So we're very quickly being able to see a different lens of our data that allows us to maybe focus on things that we're not used to focusing on when we're looking at our JD Edwards information. Now, I like zeroing in on anomalies, so I said here that with the next question, show me other anomalies happening within the data. So here, 0 and negative values, so some spare parts, there's some 0 values there, and there was a negative, a return on order number 251 on day 1 for touring bikes. So that's interesting. If I go back up here, remember it also saying touring bikes by Capital Systems on day 1 showed the similar value. So again, I'm missing that by looking at rows and columns. So maybe I want to do further investigation based on that information that it told me. Let's go back to the grid. And by going back to the grid, it was touring bikes. Here are the touring bikes. And I remember it said Capital Systems. So I could drill in here to Capital Systems and order 251. And sure enough, there's that anomaly that it discovered that there was a return or maybe a data error issue with the reports. So quickly I'm being drawn to information sitting within my reports that I may have missed. So this is the benefit of eyko. Not only does it give you this highly interactive multidimensional view that's really responsive and fast and intuitive, but it also gives you this eyko AI assistant that's like having a data scientist at your fingertips that helps you identify trends, anomalies, and insights hiding inside your JD Edwards data. So what are you waiting for? Take the eyko AI 24-hour challenge with your JD Edwards data today. Thank you very much for watching this demonstration, and we look forward to working with you to help you surface hidden insights, trends, and patterns in your JD Edwards data.